Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Alicia Setyaningsih with NPM 2541-20258. Today I will present about economic statistics, especially the topic of basic concept of statistics. Before we get into the material, I would like to ask a simple questions. Have you ever wondered how the government knows the inflation rate? Or how companies decide what products are most popular in the market? Actually, all of those decisions are based on data, and that is where statistics played an important role. So in this presentation, I will explain the basic concept of statistics and how they are used in the field of economics. So I will presenting about first, understanding the basic concept of statistics. Second, collecting and presenting data. Third, calculating the measure of central tendency of data. And fourth, interpreting data analysis result. So let's get straight to the discussions. So what is statistic? Statistic is a field of study that focuses on how to collect, process, analyze, present, and interpret data to support decisions making. In economics, statistics play a very important role because almost all decisions are based on data. For example, the government collects data on the price of basic goods from various regions. They process the data into inflation rates. If inflation increases, the government can take policies such as price control or subsidies. This shows that statistics help transform raw data into meaningful information. Difference between statistic and statistic. Statistic refers to the data or numerical value themselves, while statistic or statistical science refers to the method or technique used to process that data. For example, an employment rate of a non-person is statistic, while the process of collecting survey data and analyzing it to obtain the number is part of statistical science. Understanding this difference helps us only see numbers but also understand how they are produced. Okay, next, types of statistic. Statistic is divided into two main types: descriptive statistic and inferential statistic. Descriptive statistic is used to describe data as it is. For example, in the form of table or graph to make it easier to understand. For instance, a store may display monthly sales data in a chart to observe business performance. On the other hand, inferential statistics is used to draw conclusions or make predictions about a population based on sample data. For example, from a survey of 100 customers, a company may conclude that most consumers are satisfied and use that result to represent all customers. Okay, next, data in statistics. 1. Based on its nature, data can be classified into qualitative and quantitative data. Qualitative data consists of categories or labels, such as stratification level, stative, very stativist, and not stativist, or types of jobs, employee, and entrepreneur. Quantitative data, on the other hand, consists of numerical value that can be calculated, such as a salary of 3 million or production of 500 units. Both types of data are important in economic analysis as they provide different kinds of information. 2. Based on its source. Based on the source, data is divided into internal and external data. Internal data comes from within an organization, such as sales data or employee records. External data comes from outside the organization, such as inflation rates, market conditions, or purchasing power of society. For example, A company might use internal data to evaluate performance and external data to identify market opportunity. Next, 3. Based on obtained. Based on the obtained, data is divided into the primary data and secondary data. Primary data is data that is collected directly by the researcher from the original source, and secondary data, on the other hand, is data that has already been collected and published by other parties. Okay, 4. Based on time of collections. Based on time of collections, data is classified into cross-sectional and time series data. Cross-sectional data is collected at a single point in time, such as the number of students in 2024. Time series data is collected over a period of time, such as a sales data from 2020 to 2025 to observe trends. Okay, next, population and sample. Population refers to the intergroup of object or individual being studied, while a sample is a subset of that population used to represent the world. For example, out of 1,000 students in a university, 100 students may be selected as a sample. If 70% of the sample reports satisfactions with campus facilities, the result is used to represent the populations. Therefore, the sample must be representative to avoid bias. Okay, next, measurement scale. There are 4 types of measurement scale in statistics. Nominal scale is used to classify data without any order, such as gender. Ordinal scale indicates an order, such as the level of statifications from very statified to not statified. Interval scale has equal intervals but no true zero, such as temperature. Ratio scale have a true zero and allows meaningful comparisons, such as income or wage. For example, an income of 4 million rupiah is twice as much as 2 million rupiah. Okay, next, data presentations. Collected data must be presented in a way that is easy to understand. Data can be presented in table, bar charts, line graphs, or pie charts. For example, bar charts are used to compare monthly sales, line graphs to show price trend, and pie charts to display proportions. Good data presentation helps simplify, analyze, and support better decision making. Okay, next, role of statistics in economics. Statistics play an important role in economics by supporting our business planning, market analysis, decision making, and policy evaluations. For example, companies use sales data to determine which products are most preferred by consumers. Meanwhile, governments use unemployment data to develop employment policy. Thus, statistics help in understanding economic conditions more accurately. Okay, last discussions. Measures of central tendency. Data centering is a way of determining which values are representative of a set of data. 3 main measures of data centering are 1. Average or mean. 2. Median or middle value. 3. Mode or most frequent value. 1. Average or mean. The mean or average is a measure of central tendency obtained by summing all data value and dividing by the numbers of data points. For example, if the data value are 2, 4, 6, and 8, the average is 5. However, if there is an extreme value such as 100, the mean might no longer represent the actual condition accurately. Therefore, while the mean uses all data and is comprehensive, it is sensitive to extreme value. Next to median or middle value. The median is the middle value of a data set that has been aggregated in ascending order. If the number of data points is odd, the median is the middle value. If even, it is the average of the two middle values. For example, in the dataset 1, 3, and 5, the median is 3, while in 2, 4, 6, and 8, the median is 5. The median is more stable because it is not affected by extreme value, making it usable in economic analysis. Okay, last 3, mode or most frequent value. The mode is the value that appears most frequently in a dataset. For example, in data 2, 3, 3, 4, and 5, the mode is 3. Mode can also be used for qualitative data, such as the most preferred color in survey. However, a dataset may have more than one mode or no mode at all if a value assert equality. Okay, the conclusions. Statistics is a crucial field in economics because it transforms data into meaningful information. By understanding basic concepts such as type of data, population and sample, measurement scale, data presentation, and measure of central tendency, individual can perform more accurate analysis and make better decisions. For example, if the average income is high but the median is low, it indicates income inequality in society. So, that's all the discussion about the basic concept of economic statistics. I hope what I said is easy to understand and useful. Thank you.